Let's say with the healthcare matters, and the Nairobi Hospital board insists the institution is stable, financially sound, and does not need saving. But the hospital's own internal documents, its own financial figures, and the voice of one of its own arrested directors tell a very different story. Board Chair Dr. Barclay Onyambu says the crisis is being exaggerated by a small group of doctors who are pursuing narrow personal interests. Those doctors say the hospital has been looted to the ground since 2018. As the board attempted to present a united front, two of its members were nowhere to be seen, leaving the most important questions: who really is running Nairobi Hospital, and in whose interest, still very much unanswered.
What is being presented in the public domain as an institutional collapse is, in fact, a governance matter. And it has unfortunately played out into the public domain in a manner that risks undermining confidence.
As the Nairobi Hospital's board members and the chief executive officer took time to address the media, the board's vice chairman Samson Kinyanjui and member Valerie Gaya were notably absent. In fact, all four who were arrested on Sunday were not at the press briefing, even as the board tried to project a united front.
This unprecedented action by the state investigative agencies went against all known norms on personal liberty and dignity, more so having been granted anticipatory bail by the court previously.
The hospital's CEO, Felix Osano, was keen to dismiss allegations made by a group of senior doctors earlier this week. Mr. Osano disputed some of the figures circulating publicly, saying claims of a 3 billion shilling loss and a 4.2 billion shilling loan are inaccurate. But the 2.214 billion shillings deficit he confirmed is itself the largest single-year loss in the hospital's recent history.
The hospital had suffered a loss exceeding 3 billion, with a deficit of approximately 2 billion in 2024 alone.
The audited position reflects a deficit in 2024, largely driven by legacy projects, but we've since addressed these legacy issues and they are not going to recur.
It would seem the board is trying to paint a picture that everything is fine at the hospital, yet when asked about the membership of the register, the answer the chairman of the board gave was wanting.
There has been a manipulation of this register. It is a matter of public record that a number of board directors engaged in bold-faced move to capture the hospital by loading over 300 individuals into the members' register.
We have not onboarded members for the last 2 years because of the obvious disruptions that have been happening, and including a decision to review the register. And that happens frequently. It takes a while before you onboard members. So you may see spikes of onboarding members after a time.
The membership register itself has never been made available for inspection by members, a legal obligation under the hospital's own rules. The board also questioned the standing of the 5 doctors who went to State House, pointing out that the hospital's 730 consultants have their own elected representative structure through the Medical Advisory Committee, and that the 5 who visited the president were not part of that structure.
This was an informal meeting. They did not go to express any formal communication from the hospital or the admitting staff. And there has been no decision or any meeting which has come to the conclusion that we should send any representatives to the patron.
And as we suffered a major withdrawal of services or contracts by insurance companies, we felt that the situation had worsened.
The head of public service invited us as a board to resolve the problem, and we formed a joint, I call it a broad-based board if you want, that involved the other parties.
Yes, alongside. Vice Chairman of the board Samson Kinyanjui, board member Valerie Gaya, former board chair Dr. Chris Bishage, and Dr. Job Obuaka are expected to appear in court again on the 31st of March 2026. Catherine Omwando, NTV.